Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Today my topic is history and introduction of Jhelum. Jhelum is a beautiful and historical city. Now I tell you about the history of the city in detail. Most of the peoples living in the rural area. Introduction of Jhelum. The recorded history of Jhelum. Jhelum district of modern day Pakistan covers thousands of years since its creation. Persian, Greek, Hindu, Buddhist, Muslim, Sikh, and British dominates the influences to present day Pakistan. Jhelum is near the site of the famous Battle of the Hydaspes between the armies of Alexander the Great and Raja Porus. This battle took place a few miles downstream from the city. City center along the river banks. The city was founded to commemorate the death of Alexander's horse. Bucephalus and was originally called Bucephala. Nearby there is also the historic 16th century Rohtas Fort and other historic forts since Sikh era, located at the backside of the main bus stand near railway Phatak, Jhelum city. It is now being used as stores under railway authorities and also the join a centuries long history of the area. Jhelum, a city on the right bank of the river Jhelum, is situated in the province of Punjab in Pakistan.
Surrounding this district are the districts of Rawalpindi, Mirpur, Gujarat, etc. While traveling from south to north on GT road, the Jhelum city comes on the right side, where as the cantonment comes on the left side. The city enjoys the life of both the people living in the Kent. The city enjoys the life of both the people living in the Kent as well as people living in the city. As the city lies between Rawalpindi and Lahore, the city enjoys the mixed culture of these two cities. It is known as the city of soldiers because of its historic providing a large number of soldiers to the British and Pakistan army. Introduction of Jhelum. It is famous for the martial races settled in the area. The famous Rohtas Fort is just 15 miles away from the city. The oldest Grand Trunk Road also passes through the city. The world's biggest salt mine called the Hivra mines are also located in the district Jhelum. Mangla Dam is also located in the city of Jhelum and is at a half-hour drive from the city Jhelum. There is a beautiful mosque whose foundations are on river bank. A beautiful old church also lies on the river bank. Both these religious places give a very elegant look while entering into the city. Before partition and construction of Mangala Dam, Jhelum used to be the biggest timber market. History of Jhelum. History. The history of the district dates back to the semi-mythical period of the Mahabharata. Hindu tradition represents the salt range as the refuge of the five Pandava breathing during their exile. Every silent point in its scenery is connected while with some legend of the national heroes. Modern research has fixed the site of the conflict between Alexander and Porus as within Jhelum district. However, the exact spot at which the Macedonian king affected the passage of the Jhelum or Hydra Pass was hardly disputed. Greek period. Ancient graveyard of Alexander's period. Alexander moved from ancient Texla of Raja Ambi, whom he subdued without a fight to Kalakahar. He moved over the salt range Jhelum, which is which he called Hydrapes. Opposite him on the other bank was a Raja Porus. They fought one of the biggest and most fierce battles of Alexander's whole campaign, which eventually Alexander won after using a surprise move against the violent Porus, but with great difficulty and a heavy loss of life on Alexander's side too. Before moving further, Alexander established a village on the west bank of the river and ordered the west bank of the river and ordered the construction of 2,000 boats. Greek period. Greek admiral Nearchus was to arrange wood from nearby higher hills, which would be floated down the river and hauled up at this point. He called this village as Bausiphilia. The Jhelum River passes weighing with the residential access of the city. The mosque inside the river is a famous landmark. Most commutes on the Grand Trunk Road and 7th Day. Alexander, naval chief, was assigned the task of boats building on a very large scale. Therefore, the craftsman was granted gathered, hence the modern colonies in the city named as Machine Mahalla because of a sawmill. Jhelum became timber market for the whole of Pakistan over the millenniums. It was only after the construction of Mala Dam that log wood dress It was only after the construction of Mughal Dam that log wood does not float down the river and the city has lost its privilege. There is a plywood factory also which is flourishing. Greeks left marks of their cavalry and martial spirits which mixed up well with the races and clans dwelling in the area. Nearby, there is also the historic 16th century Rohtas Fort, another historic fort since Sikh era. The history of the district dates back to the semi-mythical period of the Mahabharata. Hindu tradition represents the salt range as the refuge of the five Pandava brethren during their exile. Every silent point in its secondary is connected with some legend of the national heroes. Modern research has fixed the site of the conflict between Alexander and Porus as well. Modern research has fixed the site of the conflict between Alexander and Porus as within Jhelum district. However, the exact spot at which the Macedonian king affected the passage of the Jhelum was hotly disputed. The mosque inside the river is a famous landmark. Most commuters on the Grand Trunk Road. Even today, Alexander's naval chief was assigned to the mark of task of boats building on a very large scale. Therefore, the craftsmen were gathered, hence the modern colors in the side. Hence the modern colonies in the city named as Machine Mohalla because of the sawmills. Jhelum became timber market for the whole of Punjab over the millenniums. It was only after the construction of
Mangla Dam, that log wood does not float down the river, and the city has lost its privilege. History of Jhelum. There is a plywood factory also which is flourishing. Greeks left marks of their charity and material spirit which mixed up well with the races and clans dwelling in the area. History of Jhelum. Early Muslim period. In 1997 CE, Sultan Mahmud Ghaznavi took over the Ghaznavid dynasty empire established by his father Sultan Subaktan in 1005. He conquered the Hindu Shahasis in Kabul in 1005 and followed it by the conquest of Punjab region in including the Jhelum district. The Delhi Sultanate and later Mughal Empire ruled the region. The Punjab region became predominantly Muslim due to missionary Sufi saints whose dargahs dot the landscape of Punjab region. The Janjuas and Khokars, who now hold the Salt Range and its northern plateau respectively, appear to have been the earliest inhabitants. The Gakhars, who appear to represent an early war of conquest from the west and who still inhabit a large tract in the east of the district, while the Afghans, who now cluster in the western plain, are apparently later invaders. The Gakhars were the dominant race during the early Muslim era, and they long continued to retain their independence both in Jhelum itself and in the neighboring district of Rawalpindi. Sikh era. A fort in Jhelum city built during Sikh era. In 1765, Gujar Singh defeated the last independent Kakhad's chief Mukarrab Khan and reduced the wild mountains of the Salt Range and the Murray Hills to subjection. After the decline of the Mughal Empire, the Sikh invaded and occupied Multan district. The Muslims faced severe restrictions during the Sikh rule. Gujar Singh's son succeeded to his dominations until 1810 when it fell to Ranjit Singh. Under the Lahore government, the dominant classes of Jhelum suffered much from fiscal actions. Spring, the eldest son of Colonel William Spring, a lecturer inside St. John's Church, Jhelum, shows the names of those 35 soldiers. St. John's Church is located in the Jhelum cantonment, Pakistan, beside the river Jhelum. It was built in 1860 and remains a landmark in the city. It was built as a Protestant church and was in use throughout the British period. For the past 40 years, it has been closed to the public and in poor condition. However, it has since been renovated and reopened and is now maintained. The British soldier William Connolly won a Victoria Cross for his bravery during this battle. Mirza Dildar Beg, also known as Haki Shah, took part in the mutiny at Jhelum and was later celebrated by Indian nationalists. He was captured and arrested with the remaining mutineers by authorities in Kashmir and later hanged near the river Jhelum. His grave is in a shrine in Jhelum. Dil Darangar and a small town in Uttar Pradesh is also named after him.
The railway bridge on the river Jhelum was built in 1873 by the British engineer William Street John Gateway. He also made the Great Empress Bridge over the river Sutlej. At the end of my Jhelum part verse introduction, at the end of part 1, thank you for watching my video. Please like and subscribe so that my all incoming videos will be available to you. Thank you very much.